Defensive mix-up for sure right there. Somehow he was left open.
Here's Christopher, and rejected. Pass to Owens. There's the three. And again, Boston with the triple.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Simons passes to Anthony. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for three.
Good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
Especially on the three-point attempt. I mean, you have to defend that shot without fouling. Now you give a guy 3 free throws.
Free throw dropped for Anthony. Good on the second one. And he nails the third.
When you send somebody like him to the line, it's pretty much easy money.
Pass to Murray Boyles. Back to Carter. Now Los Angeles moving it out. Smith finds Anthony. Back to Smith. Out to Simons. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Here's Christopher. Now to Toon. Anthony feeling it out a bit. From the arc. Boston with a rebound.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
A minute 4 left in the third quarter. Here's Carter. Christopher with a rebound. Christopher's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track. And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Pass to Owens. Jacks up a three. Boston again missing. Los Angeles leading by 8. Batum. Pass to Anthony. There's the triple. Christopher tries yet again. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good.
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
What was really impressive there, though, guys, was that he could have rushed it and panicked, and yet he kept his cool and splashed it.
And so it's Los Angeles earning this break in the action, up 10. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. We'll be back in a moment. With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Los Angeles has got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Anthony Black out there with Anthony Simons. Then it's Smith. Then there's Dick. And it's Stallone in at the power forward position. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
And the three-pointer goes.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
And so Murray will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 7-point differential.
And that bucket from beyond the arc puts them within reach He's really been putting that shot to work.
You bet he has. I mean, working overtime. The triple's been his bread and butter in this ball game. Nothing but butter. Sweet butter.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Now here's Jsk. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Oh, wow! Oh,
watch out below.
Big finish. And he jams it home with authority.
Jsk is just pouring it in on offense. He's found a rhythm and is determined to keep it going. Just knifing his way to the rim.
He looked practically unstoppable on that play.
Strong interior move. Aggressive, assertive, and effective.
And here's Owens outside. Knocks down the long J.
And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
The three is up. Nails it from beyond the arc. Dick's got his first 3 points of the game.
And when it comes to the three, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. Making a change here. Batum's checked in. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. He encourages guys to stick with it, saying, I don't care what the scoreboard says. If we can play hard, that's all that matters. We can be the stronger team. So that's what Coach is looking for.
And Allie, thanks. Pass to Jsk. Here's Owens. Here's Wilson. Sends it home from three-point land. Wilson's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Yeah, they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tough with defense.
Back to Jsk. Oh, got a piece of it. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Batum, pass to Black. Here's Smith. Jsk covering. Back to Black. Pass to Salah. Outside Dick. Here's Salong. Back to Dick. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Black, no good.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Outside Jsk. Pass to Owens. The three. Wilson, no good.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Here's Shireman. And here's Jackson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Yeah, great to see Jackson Jr. forcing the issue. Just taking what he wants inside.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Some changes for Los Angeles. Christopher comes in for Salon, and Anthony subbed in for Dick. And the Celtics making a change here. Touches it off the glass.
He's become more perimeter-oriented over time, but Nick Batum more than capable of scoring inside.
Now here's Jsk. Black defending. That's off.
With no D around, you expect him to knock down that Diddy.
Smith outside. Now Anthony. Deflects the pass. Out of bounds as Los Angeles keeps possession.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Smith outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots it. Sinks it in the post.
Wow, he really fires up his team with his ability to extend possessions.
Outside Jsk. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth.
And this guy has some bounce. Always fun seeing Sharp hammer at home.
Jackson against Anthony. Here's Smith. Anthony in the post. Defended by Jackson. Look it! It goes!
The offense is flowing through him right now. He just keeps coming.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Outside Jsk. Now Jackson. Oh, a gorgeous feed. He hammered it down.
Leading him right to the basket with a tremendous pass. Really good execution there.
Smith outside. Now Anthony. Here's Christopher. Rebounded by Jackson.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over.
And these are exactly the moments where you find out if a player's tough enough for the NBA. And Sharp showing no fear in a clutch situation.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
Jackson Jr.
good. And that increases the lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. And it's a 7-point game.
Every free throw is crucial in a close game. Nice work at the line.
Cashes it in!
Oh, my. Ricochet. Just huge.
Poke loose. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Carter. And they go to the intentional foul.
Carter, second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for your Clippers, Black, 2 shots.
Two.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up missing both free throws.
And not a moment to lose on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediately.
Right side, Ricochet. It's in!
And there's the ability to finish for Ricochet. Nobody scares him at the rim.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
He hits the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws good, and it's a 5-point game.
This fella knows how to finish a game off. There was no question about those free throws.
Beyond the arc. Oh, no good. And an intentional foul right there.
First personal foul. 15 foul.
He drops the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. And so he drops them both, and it's a 7-point game. So the Clippers win it, and they start out the postseason with a bang, a big-time victory.
The attitude they came out with was aggressive. They wanted to set the tone from the jump, and they did just that.
That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. And time now to introduce our player of the game.
Memphis, Tennessee. The destination for the Pacers. If it's defense you're looking for, Evan Mobley eager to bring it tonight as they get primed for action at FedEx Forum. Pacers, Grizzlies. The Eastern Conference Finals continue. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. They've got Michael Petrus. Elliott is out there with Embiid. Then it's Porter. That'll be a 5-second call. Pass to Micic. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Oh, they've got their eyes on him, calling the foul right away.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. Both those turnovers could have been avoided.
Pass to Edgecombe. Fires from deep. Hits it from three-point range. He's got 6.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Shoots. The Pacers pull it in. This team has been cruising through these playoffs. Just one loss so far.
Yeah, they've ripped through the postseason thus far, arguably playing their best basketball of the season. That's what you want this time of year.
Memphis has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks. Yeah, the Grizzlies head coach and I were able to chat. I asked about what he was planning to do about the athletic and energetic Evan Mobley. Coach said, my guys have studied the reports, we've reviewed the film, we are as prepared for him as we can be. Now, if our whole team could also grow another 3 inches, then we'd really be in good shape. Coach had jokes, but he also has a plan. Back to you, Kevin.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Grizzlies.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
And so he hits the technical free throw. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Pass to Edgecombe. Memphis moving that ball around. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here is Elliott, and that's going to be a turnover. They called for 8 seconds.
And that has been a huge problem for them here early in this game.
Now the Grizzlies with it. Right now they're on a 9-0 run. Here's Achua. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And so the timeout here taken by Rick Carlisle. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. Here's a peek at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the top rebounders in this year's playoffs. Number 1 is Joel Embiid. Here's Micic. Pass to Edgecombe. And here is Achua. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Covered by Elliott. 6 on the shot clock. A dunk by Achua.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
Here's Micic. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Yeah, the D is looking helpless to stop them right now. They're doing whatever they want to do on offense.
And not usually what we see from him. 3 turnovers already in the game.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Bulls from the top of the key. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
Well, those 5 turnovers, more than you'd like to see.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Indiana. And the Grizzlies leading by 15. Here's Micic. Pass to Achua. Here's Micic. The shot is good off the backboard. He's got 10.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And so the timeout here taken by Rick Carlisle. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Yeah, and that's the story for them in this half, how poorly they've taken care of the basketball. I mean, just giveaway after giveaway.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Uncovered. Good as the jump shot falls. He's got 12.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
That'll be a 5-second call.
And all the turnovers, guys, are hurting his team. I mean, he's continuing to just give the ball away.
That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation.
Too reckless with the ball. He's hurting his teammates with these mistakes.
Pacers with the rebound. Now Embiid. Still without a basket. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
Really, it's about valuing the possession. It seems like he's trying to manufacture offense out there rather than just letting the play develop.
The Pacers making a change here. Pekovic is checked in. Here's Micic, covered by Elliott. Pass to Achua. To the inside. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. And the Grizzlies leading by 21. Here's Micic from about 19 feet. And that one is good. He's got 16.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
That'll be a 5-second call.
And that'll make a pair of turnovers for him in just the last few minutes. So he's got to be a little bit more deliberate with the ball out there.
Some changes for Memphis. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Precious Achua. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Micic. Inside. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Edgecombe.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Here are this postseason's dead-eye shooters. These guys have knocked down a ton of shots from downtown. Fourth, Russell Westbrook.
He is having so much success from beyond the three-point line. Some guys just thrive on this kind of pressure.
Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
Substitution on the court.
Pass to Edgecombe. Ring shot on the way. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Westbrook's got his second bucket tonight.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement. You know, just maybe a little overly aggressive here. It hasn't been a good display of discipline with the basketball.
And he gets it to go.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
That'll be a 5-second call. Ball. 1:16 left in the first quarter of the game. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Both teams deciding to change it up.
Substitution on the court.
.102 left in the first. And another miss by Memphis. And here's Embiid. No scoring in this one. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Kevin Knox is checked in for Gordon. Memphis has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Pass to Williams. Good. Nice job down low.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
And the Grizzlies making a change here.
Coming up to the floor for the Grizzlies, number 1,
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Memphis moving it around. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Bogdan Bogdanovic, shooting 1.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Gordon's checked in, and the Pacers also making a change. Queen's checked in. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first. Outside, Bogdanovich. Back to Westbrook. Latrey drills the three-pointer. Westbrook's got 9.
You know, it's going to be tough to win when you give the other team second and third opportunities to score the ball.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. And Indiana making a change here. Pekovic is checked in.
Substitution for the Pacers. Number 14.
Williams passes to Bogdanovich. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. And the 3 off target. And that's going to be a turnover. They called for 8 seconds.
Indiana substitution. Number
3 seconds left. Gordon with no one around. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, they've built up this lead 3 points at a time.
We'll see if they can keep this pace. Not sure they can win it by relying on just the 3.
Indiana substitution. Number 12, Ochai Agbaji.
Here's Williams. And that's it for the first quarter. What's been a very lopsided game. Grizzlies out in front, delivering the blowout. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a moment. Welcome back to playoff basketball on 2K Sports. This is the Eastern Conference Final. And the Grizzlies have been rolling right along, haven't
they? They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Can they keep up the pace? Who knows? But they're already in a great position to win this one.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Outside Westbrook. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. They come into this game following a tremendous win on Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Show a lot of versatility.
It really is fun seeing an offensive function like a well-oiled machine. I'll be interested to see if they can keep doing this.
We've got Gordon. Russell Westbrook out there with Bogdanovich. Then it's Mark Williams. And it's Mobo in at the power forward. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
That'll be a 5-second call. Pass to Mobo. Now Gordon. Now here's Westbrook, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Michael Petrus is checked in for the Pacers.
Number 2, Michael Petrus.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
The third turnover of the quarter, and he has got to value that basketball more.
Bogdanovich finds Williams. For 3, Westbrook. That won't go. He's failed to score in 6 of his 11 tries from the field. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. The Pacers making a switch here. Battles checked in.
Number 77,
Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Took him no time at all on that one. Gordon's got his second bucket of the night.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time.
Well, you've got to value the possession. They've given up 6 points off of turnovers this quarter alone.
Kevin Knox is checked in for the Grizzlies. And the Pacers also making a change. Korver's checked in. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Pass to Mobo. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. Off target from the wing.
See, what a rough quarter for him. Nothing seemingly going his way.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
This game is going to get
Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to Game 3 of... And it's the Grizzlies to start it out. And now the Indiana Pacers starters. We've got Michael Porter, and it's Petrus in at the shooting guard position. Here's Micic. Pass to Achua. Joel Embiid with the board. Here's Elliott. Achua defending. Pass to Elliott. Outside Porter. Some nice passing by Indiana here. Embiid, a screen on Achua. Porter with it. Now guarded by Achua. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Elliott. And it's in. Off the glass.
And now the game is really starting to flow. We should be in for a good one.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
Pass to Edgecombe. Here's Micic. Down low. And here's Achua. 4-3. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Here's Petrus. Oh, he picked him clean. Here's Achua. Oh,
wow.
Boom. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into. Here's Porter. Finds the bottom from 13 feet out.
Well, he's a guy you have to watch anywhere on the floor. Porter Jr. does have that mid-range ability.
Achua with the dunk.
And B.A., he takes his rebounding so seriously.
This dude is such a grinder. His teammates appreciate the effort. Just goes all out on the glass.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off. Well, you know Coach loves seeing the offensive game plan being executed to perfection.
Pass to Achua. Lets the three fly. Sinks the tray. 6 points for him.
Yeah, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
And I love their energy so far. They're now 4 for 4 from the field.
Joel Embiid with the board.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Pass to Elliott. Takes a three. Connects from downtown. Elliott's got his second bucket on the night.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
No one near him. And there are the Grizzlies with another bucket.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him to clean look.
Pass to Petrus. No good.
Just tremendous defense right there. Applying the pressure.
Now here's Achua. Here's Edgecombe. And off there. He misses his first shot of the night.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Pass to Elliott. From deep. Counted from distance. Elliott's got 8 points.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And so Tuomas Isolo calls the timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
And we'd all love to hear what goes on in those huddles, but we just get the snapshots.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
Some of the most impressive shooters in the game. Here are the guys who have been hitting with consistency from outside the arc. The 4th spot held by Russell Westbrook.
Some guys thrive on the postseason pressure. He's been an unbelievable floor spacer for them.
To the inside. Here's Bogdanovic. Korver grabs the board.
Aggressive move, but that was great D to prevent the easy bucket.
Pass to Elliott. Takes the three. Another three for Indiana.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Gordon on the wing. Westbrook, the pass to Achua. Back to Westbrook. Now Achua. Out to Gordon. Fires the three. Buries it from three.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Indiana leading by 3. A minute 9 left to play in the first quarter. Lets it go from the wing. Again, the Pacers. Good for 2 more.
The shots are certainly falling for him here in the early stages.
Outside Bogdanovich. Outside Achua. Back to Bogdanovich. Pass to Westbrook. Some nice ball movement by Memphis. Bogdanovich with it. No points yet. To the middle. Here's Capella. And it's Capella with the jam.
Well, at his size, you'd expect Capella to go up this strong every time he has the ball inside.
And here's Porter. To Elliott. Let's go with a 3. That shot, no good. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Indiana ahead, up 3. We've got more in store for you right after this. And we're back with more action from the Eastern Conference Finals on 2K Sports. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Pacers?
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And from the jump, they've also clearly been focused on running effective plays here tonight. And there's been a lot of high-quality distribution from them on the floor.
On the court for the Pacers, second quarter underway. They've got Joel Embiid, and it's Richardson in at the 1 spot.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
Pass to Korver. From outside the arc, knocks down the triple.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Edgecombe. To the wing on the left. For 3, Westbrook. Joel Embiid with the board. Embiid's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Korver. Pass to Richardson. And here's Embiid. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
You're trying to contest Embiid, and there often leads to the foul.
Indiana shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. The free throw drops for Embiid. And Embiid drops them both.
And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
Out to the wing. Back to Westbrook. Pass to Bogdanovich. Williams with the screen. Westbrook can't hit. Indiana leading by 5. Got a piece of it. Here's Bekovic. Solid defense from Williams. Memphis has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Williams with the screen. Here's Bogdanovich. gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Pass to Abaji. Indiana again missing. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. And there's a pick. Here he goes. Bogdanovich from long range. Pure from three-point range. Bogdanovich has gotten his third basket of the night. Here's Petrus. Here in quarter 2, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Back to Richardson. Pass to Petrus from behind the arc. Bobo with the rebound. Memphis has got 5 of 7 threes to drop here tonight. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Can't get it. 0 for 3 in this one. For Indiana, they've got nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Here's Petrus. It's a nice passing by Indiana here. Left side, Richardson. Pass to Pekovic. Just 5 to shoot. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the pump fake. Now Westbrook. Here's Mobo. Now here's Westbrook. Launches it. Joel Embiid pulls it down.
It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it. Might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
And the basket is good. And the Pacers lead by 2.
If the possession ends with a shot in close, you've done something right.
So Tuomas Isalos decided to call timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Will make substitutions. Memphis has gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. Pass to Achua. Fires for 3. He buries it from 3. He's got 11.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Here's Elliott. Achua defending. And it's Elliott missing.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
Capella, the pass to Bogdanovich. Here's Micic. The quick look, no good that time. Here's Surratt. Launches a 3. No good that time. The Grizzlies have gotten 4 of their first 9 shots to go here in the second. Pass to Achua. The 3. Pacers with a rebound. .136 left in the second period. Fires from deep. And the three-pointer goes. And the Pacers lead by 2.
Well, that's a breakdown defensively. Can't afford to give him those kind of looks.
Here's Micic. Still without a bucket. Achua finds Bogdanovich. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Well, after a bad start, he looks like a different player right now.
Indiana has gotten 6 of 11 threes to go in this game. And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Westbrook, he's checked in for Memphis. And during the postseason, let's see who's been working the hardest on the glass. Joel Embiid on top. "54 seconds left in the second period. Over to the left wing. Pass to Elliott. Puts up a three. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
Well, that's basically a warm-up three for him. The defense can't allow him that caliber of attempt.
And here's Achua. 30 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Gets some space and buries the jumper. 13 points in the game.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look for that.
Outside Porter. From downtown. Offensive rebound.
And now that's a momentum builder for sure. So important in a close game.
Look at his teammates here. They love it. Plays like that going to get them going.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Pacers leading by 3. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Welcome all. Game 3, and it's a real halftime cliffhanger for the Indiana Pacers.
They've managed to keep this game very competitive. And despite the crowd's attempt to distract them, they've really stayed focused on closing this thing out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was distracted. I would be impressed to see this series end on the road. Looking at this series for the Memphis Grizzlies, when you think about the series, Shaq, do they need to win this game?
Yes, Ernie. If they lose this one, they are in a serious hole. I'd even call it a Shaq-size hole.
Well, those Shaq-size holes are hard to get out of. But seriously, I call this a must-win, Ernie. I mean, you can't afford to fall too far behind in the playoffs.
A crucial game for sure. We'll see how it plays out. Glad you could join us. Ryan Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
And welcome back to our coverage of Game 3 on 2K Sports. And here's Indiana now. 3-point lead. Clint Capella out there with Achua. Then there's Edgecombe, and it's Micic in at the point. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Back to Porter. Pass to Petrus. Fires the three. Embiid. Oh! Joel Embiid with the follow.
Just an absolute force on the glass. He was not going to be denied.
Here's Micic. Still no points. Buries it from 3.
Well, clearly some sort of defensive breakdown there. He is not the kind of guy you give room to at the arc.
Pass to Elliott. Here's Petrus. A nice passing by Indiana here. little over a minute gone here in the second half. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference.
Here's Micic. For the lead. And another three for Memphis.
This strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
Indiana trailing here. Pass to Petrus. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Fires hitting the triple.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
For three, he drops it from range. He's got 22.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
Second half of play here. We're just under 2.5 minutes past. Pass to Porter. Clock at 6. Three-pointer. Grizzlies with the rebound. Achua's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Micic. Now Achua. Embiid covers. The 3-ball. Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
Well, after 3 straight makes, that's their first miss of that.
And Indiana misses again. For Memphis, they've gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Shoots. Second chance shot, and it's finished off by Capella as he lays it in. Capella's gotten his second bucket.
Well, offensively, that is where you want Capella to get his look.
Pass to Elliott. Here's the 3. Knocks down the triple. And this game is tied up now.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
And so Tomas Isolo calls a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Memphis has gone 3 of 4 from outside in the second half. Out to the right wing. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Elliott. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Here's Micic. No points so far. Fires it. Oh, not wasting any time and taking the shot and hitting it. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Pass to Elliott. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Micic.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Now here's Achua. Some nice ball movement by Memphis. Unloads. Indiana with a rebound. Embiid's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Here's Korver. For the lead. Gets the 3 ball to go. Korver's got 6. And what a wild one this has been.
8 lead changes, some big plays, and some big mistakes, too.
And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
He's going off this quarter, a huge reason why this team is on top.
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. So Memphis ends up going with a new group. Outside Richardson. Pass to Battle. The kick out to Richardson. Here's Korver. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Outside Bogdanovich. Here's Mobo. 56 seconds left in the third. Outside Bogdanovich. Westbrook outside. Here's Knox. Off target from 3-point range. The Pacers have gotten only 4 of 10 shots to fall so far in the third. To the paint. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive, so there's a balance.
Outside Richardson. Ooh, stolen by Westbrook. They're running. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. And we've reached the end of the third. Memphis ahead. They lead by 4. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter when we return. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, he really just helps tie this team together. They know they can count on him to set them up.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. On the court for the Pacers, they've got Dillingham, and it's Pekovic in at the 5.
Nice job to go at the rack and force the foul.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Grizzlies.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
We also got to highlight how on fire they've been from three-point land. They've continued to capitalize from beyond the arc in this one.
The free throw drops for Williams. Milton's checked in for Dillingham. And Williams drops them both. And here's Indiana now. They trail by 6. Pass to Pekovic. Here's Petrus. The 3 is up. Westbrook with the rebound. Three-pointer. Sends it home from three-point land. Westbrook's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Korver passes to Elliott. There's a screen. Pass to Korver. Here's Elliott. Lets it go from deep. Drills it from deep. Elliott's got 20.
When you get faced up at one end, you want to get it back at the other.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
Pass to Mobo. And here's Westbrook. Some nice ball movement by Memphis. Here's Mobo. Beyond the arc. Westbrook with the miss.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Here's the pick. Ball stolen. Here's Edgecombe. Left side Bogdanovic. On target from range.
And I like seeing Edgecombe share the rock like this. It shows how serious he is about involving his teammates.
Pass to Korver. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Williams has got 4 rebounds in the game. There's the steal. Here's Petrus. Queen, he's checked in for Indiana. Richardson comes in for Milton. Left side, Richardson. Pass to Petrus. Outside, Richardson. Here's Queen. Hey, from beyond the arc. Knocks it down from distance. Queen's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And here is Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
Pass to Petrus. Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th. And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, I don't know what happened during halftime, but he just hasn't had his focus since the break. Too many careless turnovers.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Williams. Achua comes in for Bogdanovic. And it's Micic in for Westbrook. Pass to Achua. Takes a 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Give him 30.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game. And he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He questioned his team's effort, asking them, should I put in the bench right now? Wake up, guys. We can still win this game, but I need you all to play like you believe you can. Not exactly a fun huddle to listen in on, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Lets it fly. And Indiana misses again.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
And the Grizzlies get another bucket right there.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Now here's Achua. Not a lot of room. Oh, it misses. Pacers trail by 11. Porter fires. Buries it from outside.
Well, this is Porter's go-to shot. He's very proficient from three-point land.
Capella. Cleared away by Embiid. Indiana, they're working against the clock now. Porter. Oh, he missed the jumper.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity. Great look. Just couldn't finish.
And the three misses. And it's Porter with the ball for Indiana. Here's Petrus. Here's Porter. Shoots. Ooh, it misses. Memphis leading by 8. Here's Micic. We've got 1:28 left in the final quarter. Here's Edgecombe. 5 on the clock. Here's Capella. Shoots from 12. Oh, no good. Here's Petrus. Oh, the feathery touch. Dropped it right over the rim.
Oh, unreal play to take on the contact and get it to go.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second personal foul. Second team.
Leading by 5. There's 48 seconds left to play in the fourth. The three is in.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Indiana calls timeout. They're trailing by 8.